Hello, you crazies and loons. This is Buddy's Room, and my name is Roger.
Hey, my name's Chris, and this is Buddy's Room.
Well, I'm sitting here with Blake Poole today. I've known Blake Poole for, about 15 years, I believe it is.
Close to.
So I know a little bit about his backstory. And so we're just going to get into, Blake, what's it feel like being here on Buddy's Room podcast?
Never in my life would I ever think somebody would want to dissect my brain on my life, my recovery. It's nice though, it's nice. It's definitely a slow change of pace, but honest opinion, it feels good for people to like acknowledge your, I wouldn't say full success, but progress. I've worked hard at making progress and a learned behavior. I talk about that a lot in my recovery. I've learned how to act a completely different way in my life and had to fabricate and manifest different and implement different things into my life to be a successful human being, and not just successful, but just a good person in my life, So yeah, it feels good. Feels good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. So you were this kid from a good family. You had a good family.
Right.
Riding bikes, playing ball, got in high school, was very successful in sports. And I imagine for quite a while, you were scholastically doing good.
I did okay. I wasn't setting it on fire in the classroom, but I wasn't lack thereof,
So you weren't.
I wasn't a straight A student.
You weren't a retard.
No.
Excuse me, people. I know that's politically correct.
I was not scholastically
challenged.
Right.
So you're doing all these really good things, and you're a happy state of your family life, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
What was, do you believe, the catalyst that sent you down the road for the next 20 years, so to speak? What happened?
Well, if you want the story laid out, it was sitting in a driveway with a buddy in his car, in his truck, in his house, and smoking weed, hanging with girls. In this truck, 2 girls in the back, me and my buddy in the front, just smoking weed with these girls, and he pulled a little blue pill out of his pocket and started to crush it up on his center console. And it was Oxycontin. And just to sum it up in a nutshell, man, my first taste of Oxycontin was so euphoric to me, and just so in a sick way. It was can I be blunt?
Yeah.
It was an orgasm in a pill.
Really? So you snorted this?
Yeah.
So
and that led to more potent substances.
this is back in the day when Oxycontins were very prevalent out in the streets. It's before the big doctor-assisted opiate addictions. And
Right.
It hadn't come to light. So,
Yeah, doctors were writing scripts left and right.
Right. So, so it progressed. So how old were you when you did this?
23, 24.
Oh, man, you're kind of a late bloomer.
Yeah,
now.
23. I mean, I through high school smoked weed, drank.
But no hard drugs, so to speak.
Nah. I was scared of them at first.
Oh, yeah.
I was scared of them at first. I like to think that my parents didn't shelter me, but always, like, from my upbringing, it wasn't in the cards. I wasn't around it. My dad come home, have a beer after playing a round of golf or coming home from work, and then called it. wasn't an abusive alcoholic. My mother never drank.
Your dad owns a jewelry store.
Yeah, a very successful jewelry store.
And your mom was working
a registered nurse. She's worked in the
ER. Working in law enforcement too, in a jail at times.
Yeah, she was a nurse at the county jail. Yeah, that was. Yeah, but she was a nurse since she was 19.
So I kind of guess, if I was the parents there, that I'm a little bit image conscious, understanding that I am in the community. I'm a business owner. I'm a nurse. And I got this fucking kid just running amok. It must have been difficult on them, don't you think?
Man, I actually had a conversation with my mom the other night for about an hour, and just we kind of reminisced about like the things that I would try to pull or mask or like pull wool over her eyes. And my mom is I'm the youngest in the family, so it was like, I could do no wrong. And if I did wrong, it was
somebody else's fault.
Not really anybody else's fault, but it was just like,
Blakey.
In a roundabout way, not really, but like maybe a turned cheek, but just, hey, fix it, son, please fix it.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble, but just fix it. And, I was a manipulator, man. I was a manipulator. My parents were divorced at 3. I played both sides. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry if you're watching this. If I couldn't get it from Mom, I'd go to Dad. And usually I didn't get told no by Mom. Eventually I got what I wanted, and it sounds messed up, man, because her intentions are just to raise a well-rounded young man.
Right. And she did the best she could.
Right.
She had
3 jobs.
And your mom was kind of codependent, obviously, with the baby of her family. And she just wanted him to do good. And she didn't want to lose you and drive you away.
No.
But she just didn't know. She had a hard time saying no.
Yeah.
A hard no.
And there was a time where enough was enough. And my mom told me to pack my shit. And we loaded up all my stuff in the car, and she drove me to my dad's. And my mom says, look, I can't get through to him, Fritz. You take him. And I lived with my dad for like 3 or 4 years. And I will say this, and Mom, this is nothing against you, but my dad was a whip cracker. Like,
I could imagine.
This isn't going down over here, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to do your homework. I need to get your homework assignments from all your teachers. When I went to class, I had to have my teachers sign off on what the homework was. And I thank him for it. And, and I still rebelled. I got what I can take.
Yes.
As far as getting away with shit.
Yes.
But honestly, my dad is like a man's man. Don't get me wrong.
He's
old school.
An alpha old school male.
Don't get me wrong. My dad, I hear I love yous from my dad. I hear I love yous from my mom. We're a family that, like we say that to each other,
That's good.
And, but yeah, he just wasn't, my dad didn't put up with anywhere near what my mom put up with. And when I saw that at my dad's, it was like, oh shit.
Eye-opening. Oh, shit, I screwed up.
He means business.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not saying this doesn't take away from my mother, because my mother is an awesome parent. Very communicative mom, very open mom. I can literally talk to my mom about anything. I don't really feel like I can talk to my dad about anything that I would come with, but
so a lot of your conversations with your dad is kind of superficial, like talking about sports,
right? I can't really
some goals you may have, but you don't get down into the deep feeling part, that a mom can do, do with it.
Well, being in healthcare, my mom kind of understood the addiction. My dad wasn't so accepting of it.
I don't know. Because he can have a drink. He can go golfing, have
He
a
used to
drink.
tell me, "Why don't you just
and they
stop?
shut it up.
Just
Yeah.
stop." And I would try to be like, "Dad, it's so fucking hard, man. It's hard.
He just didn't understand.
Just stop. Like, stop."
Yeah.
You know, and I would
Just to Nancy Reagan.
just say no.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Which we know as addicts and alcoholics is
Yeah.
actually
And you know,
impossible
like
to understand.
it was something that I never, like when that dude first chopped up this line of Oxycontin on the center console, my mind space was like, "No, dude, I'm not doing that. That's synthetic heroin. You're crazy, dude. Like, I play sports, dude. I go to the gym. Like, you know what? It was taboo in my circle of friends.
Right.
It was frowned upon.
What about those two girls in the back?
Oh.
Was it frowned upon on them?
No.
Do you think
they
may
will
have-
they will remain nameless? But I went to high school with them. And,
Do you think that may have had a impact on your decision making?
100%.
I
100%.
don't want to look like
Don't want to be the buzzkill.
Yeah, I want to be buzzkill.
Don't want to be
I
the
don't wanna
buzzkill.
look like a pussy
Everybody,
in
I
front
don't
of
care
girls.
who's watching this or who thinks, but everybody in life, in high school especially, wants to fit in, wants to be accepted. So
Yeah.
The grasp of that in my mind was, I better do this, man, or I'm gonna get,
You're gonna be set out. You're gonna
Yeah.
be sent out.
all
of
right,
the
where am I
group.
taking you? I'm dropping you off,
Yeah.
like type shit.
Yeah.
But
And then those girls are looking at you like you're a scaredy cat.
yeah. And what's crazy, man, is from that point on, off and running, dude. Off. And
Did any one of those two girls become your girlfriend?
no.
No. You just had good times with them.
Oh, I mean, just smoking weed, drinking,
Yeah.
go to kegger parties with them, see them. Like I said, they'll remain nameless, but
Yeah.
my mom's real good friends with one of the girls' father.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Not on like just they grew
No,
up.
I know what you're saying.
They
Yeah.
grew up together.
Yeah.
They grew up together, and
Yeah.
so we kind of had that in common. But yeah, it was just from that point on, man. It was.
Did your friend group expand or just kind of shift over to
So there was a friend group that would be down to do that kind of stuff, and like I always would be around them, but would never partake. And I always knew what they were doing, but I just happened to put myself in a situation where we were in this dude's driveway in his truck, two girls in the back seat, smoking weed, and
took a hit.
I got put on the spot.
You took a hit of something that was better than sex, and you go, "Oh my god, I can't wait to do this again."
So the
that
next day, yeah, listen, the next day, I call this dude up and I'm like, "Hey, and I'm beating around the bush, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, man? Hey,
Trying to act cool about it.
you remember that thing that thing you put out on the center console last night?" He's like, "Yeah, what about it, dude? What?" I'm like, Can you get any more of that?" He's just like, "Oh, you like that, huh? You like that?" It's like, yeah. You know, I downplayed. "Oh, it's all right." You know,
Yeah.
but in my head, I was just like, "That shit's incredible."
Please get it over.
I got $100 right now, dude. What can they get me? Like, but it was like, obviously, you know my history, and sitting in jail cells and prison cells, staring up at the top bunk, just twiddling my thumbs. I have backtracked to that exact moment so many times in my addiction, because I like to think, now correct me if I'm wrong, that if I never took that line, there is a possibility
Your life would have been different
100%.
if you never ever, but it would have to be never ever took that line.
Right. That was a fork
Right.
in the road for me.
Yeah.
That was a fork in the road for me.
Yeah.
And it was a tough fork to choose. You
It
know,
caused a lot of problems.
it was an absolute snowball to hell.
And it started that and it just kept getting worse.
It broke me, dude.
How many, you mentioned prison. So how many years do you think you spent in prison?
Altogether,
Yeah. Altogether.
about 12 and some change.
So
In and out.
About 13 years.
About 13 years if you want to round it up. Yeah. And
what's the longest stretch you did?
4.5 years.
4.5 years straight.
4.5 years, yeah.
How was that? No, let's go back. How was the first prison sentence?
Scary. I don't care who's watching this. I don't care what you say, dude. The first time you get sent to prison, you're
fearful.
Your Adam's apple's in your stomach. You're scared.
Yeah.
And I remember coming down from the court. I got sentenced to 2 years my first term. I went back down to the old Sutter County Courthouse basement where we were shackled to benches. And I'm sitting there, and anybody that went to court with me that day, there was a couple people there that had been to prison before. I'm sitting there just like,
are you fucking?
Look at me now.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude. Like, this is real. I'm fucking going to prison.
Yeah.
Never, ever in my life would have ever thought that I would be going to state prison. And
so when you were 7 years old and they asked you what you wanted to be, you didn't say,
I wanted to play professional sports.
Yeah.
That's my hands down dream job. Get paid a game, but get paid millions to play a game that you love. It's the best job, in my opinion.
So now you paid, let's say
I went to Penn State.
All these 13 years and all this stuff that you paid millions to be incarcerated.
Right.
If you really look at the reality.
Yeah.
So you were scared when you were going on your first term.
Yeah.
And where did you do your first term at?
San Quentin.
San Quentin. It carries an ominous name anyway.
Oldest prison in the state of California. There's 34 prisons in the state of California. And looking at it now, like a lot of people hear that name. And back then, San Quentin had a stigma to it. And it's old. It's dark. It looks like a freaking castle. Yeah. I mean, it is a castle from the 1800s. It was built in the 1800s. It's so old that when it was first built and you paroled from there, you got given a gold piece, a 6-shooter, and a horse.
A what now?
A gold coin, a 6-shooter, and a horse.
Who gave you that?
The state. This is how old it was.
Wow. That's interesting.
I don't know how much legitimacy that has to it, but COs on my first term, and it's crazy, man. All the COs know who's the first timers because the look on your face, man.
The look of fear, you think?
I remember walking into North Block my first term and seeing 5 tiers high and people all on their bars because it's bars, it's not doors. It smells like an ashtray.
Back then you could smoke.
That was my first term. Yeah, you could smoke. They took it out probably 10 months into my first term.
Okay.
But people are yelling, where are you from? I mean, you can't even there's every cell you walk by, you're on the bottom. People are it's so loud in there. It's absolutely.
What are they yelling mainly? Did they have a name?
It's like when you come in, so you're coming into a wing and it's like there's probably 12 people with you. You all got paper bags with your name and CDC number on it, your bedroll, and you're going to your assigned housing cell. And the whole wing notifies everybody that there's new arrivals coming into the building. So everybody's on their bars. So imagine 5 tiers high. Everybody just you're on the red carpet of San Quentin,
which all these motherfuckers have been there before, and I'm brand new.
I'm a fish out of water, dude.
Yeah, it must be scary.
Yeah, I know it is, and
you're doing this sober now.
Yeah, and like I was saying, going back to the court basement in Sutter County, I mean, I got sentenced to it, man, and I came back to the court holding down in the basement, and the cop shackles me back to the bench, and I'm just sitting there and this dude sitting across from me, he's just walking parole violation. He's got tattoos from head to toe, and he goes, "Hey, bro," he goes, "You're gonna be fine, bro. You're gonna be all right."
He said that.
Yeah,
that must have felt kind of good.
I mean, no, not at the time, because I'm like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. I'm a man. I can admit.
But you're also a kid.
I'm 24 years old.
You're 24 years old. Yeah. You're 23, 24.
Yeah. Now looking at like my age now, yeah, I'm
just a kid.
I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
And
you haven't owned a home. You haven't
nothing.
You've never had
Rented
a wife.
an apartment
You've never had a
at
baby.
best. Rented an apartment at best.
Yeah. So you're basically just a kid, you know, and you're going in there with all these, I guess, spinning in your mind monsters. Or it was really cold and dark in there.
Yep, dirty.
Dirty.
There's rats. There's water in the showers this high. You're walking in stagnant water this high, walking through showers. Seven, 8, 9 dudes to a shower head, get in, get wet, step out, soap up, get it back in line. And I was like, I grew up in sports, so the whole locker room atmosphere wasn't really like a big thing to me, but like hear the whole stories about prison, like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and I was just always I was being groomed from the second I got sentenced to prison in the county jail to like what to do, what not to do, how to act. If anybody calls you this, or this, you have to do this, and this. And in all actuality, looking back at it now from my standpoint right now, prison politics are retarded, dude.
Oh yeah.
They're retarded.
They only work in there. If you bring that side out of the gate, you're going back to
you
prison.
have no choice but to have order, though, and you're going to mind somebody in there, dude. It sucks. It sucks, dude. You don't want to live with another dude and smell him and hear him.
Okay, so it sucks. Did you ever get high in prison your first term?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs did you do?
Weed, alcohol. Heroin a couple times. Got a hold of some heroin. I have used meth in prison and jail, but it just wasn't fun.
Yeah, but to me, that's probably the worst.
Yeah, you're doing every bit of your time.
With me, I get all horned up. I get horny, and I'm in with a bunch of men. You know.
Yeah,
you got to get in my bunk and create a tent, jack off or whatever. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I was always pretty good about working out, reading, educating myself with like books. I'm not a fantasy book reader. I like to read about like history, 48 Laws of Power, Eckhart Tolle, The Power Now, by the way. That's a really good book.
Great book. I read it. It was one of the most influential books I read after
very influential book. Yeah. So
it melds Christianity and Buddhism together.
Right.
It's really cool.
And there's people that have their opinions about the Eckhart Tolle and his work, but I got a lot from it, man.
I did too.
I got a lot from it. But it was...
And my wife read it, so we both had it. We were kind of yoked at that time.
Yeah. But no, I was always that type, go out to the yard, play a couple games of handball, play some basketball, hit my workout, go back to the house, eat, get ready for chat. It's just you get into a program, you get into a routine, and going out of my cell.
You do the power of now right there. But what was you thinking? I know you wanted to get out of prison. Couldn't wait to get out of prison. Everybody doesn't want to stay in prison.
Yeah.
Even though some people are very comfortable in prison, they come out and they can't handle the outside world.
Correct.
I've seen that a lot of times.
Correct.
In Buddy's house. But what was your mindset when you were getting close to leaving prison? What was your mindset? You're going to go out and get all fucked up with the homeboys, or are you going to do better?
I always had the mindset of I'm going to get out and I'm not going to be the old me. I'm going to get out and change. I'm going to get out and change. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to save money. I'm going to get my own place, get a nice truck. My intentions were always...
Well, what would trip you up then?
I'm an addict, man.
So
I would get impatient with the process of that grind.
Yes.
And I say this a lot, and a buddy of mine have this conversation. Comparison is the ultimate joy killer. So I was comparing myself to people that are driving nice vehicles.
Because they didn't go to prison. They didn't get in trouble.
And I'm like, man, like that would be, I want that. Or I think I would like, you know, just you're comparing your life to somebody else's life when that person didn't snort that pill and go to prison. And
what you're doing is comparing your outsides to another person's outside.
Correct.
And you're losing every time inside.
Mm-hmm. And just get super impatient with the process.
Fuck it. I'm going to use.
Yeah. It's off and running. And I can't ever.
And so this is what happened to me. So I'm comparing all those people to myself.
Right.
They're outside. I'm losing in the inside. And I would say, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and use. And all that did is set me back again.
Yeah.
And then
farther.
Once I said, fuck it, I just kept saying, fuck
Even
it.
farther. Yeah. Digging the hole deeper.
Started hating the people that were coming up in life, or what I thought was coming up. They got lucky.
And what's crazy is I never ever thought that my addiction would turn into being, back then in these days, there wasn't a black and white that would drive by where I wouldn't know that cop, or a sheriff that would drive. They all like got to know me from being a criminal and an addict.
Well, and that's what I wanted to point out. So I'm behind. I'm looking at their outsides. I'm losing on the inside because they're up ahead of me. But if I go start hitting high and loaded in that crowd, I'm successful because I got a good head on my shoulders. I'm quick on the feet. And so then I start getting wins. And that's part of the attraction, the whole lifestyle.
Yeah. So from me going to prison, it's kind of like a passport on the streets.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now you're a hero.
Now you're one of the homeboys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know you're not going to tell. We know you hold your own on a main line.
You know the code.
You're asked to do something in prison, and the way I was laced up, you don't get to tell. You don't get to say no. You go do it.
Yeah.
And when I say do it, it means like violence on people that are no longer welcome on a general population.
And that you have no personal beef with.
No, don't know the motherfucker from Adam.
Still do it. So,
yeah. And anyway, it was an eye opener, man. And that dominoed effect to several other stints in prison.
This podcast is brought to you by Buddy's Ranch and Buddy's House, the premier recovery destinations in Northern California. We believe in the power of community and connection to support individuals on their journey to recovery.
Oh, how did your mom and dad, what was their mindset when you got out of prison the first time? Was it a big homecoming or a hopeful thing?
Not at all. Like I said, my father's more of a man's man. He's kind of got the approach of, well, did you learn your lesson? And I would say my mom had the same approach, all right, what now, and that was, I think, the first time I came to Buddy's house.
Really?
And mom and dad didn't want me at their house.
Right.
My parents were never, by that time I had,
we're about 25 now, right?
Yeah. I had used up all juice I had with mom and dad as far as a roof. And, I wouldn't say they wouldn't have let me in, but if there was another place I can go to kind of prove my,
your talk,
my rehabilitation, that would be up for discussion, but I never showed the necessary progress. But they were excited. Obviously, first time going away like that. Mom's more, oh my God, you're home type than my father is. But yeah, that was there was no like, hurrah, hurrah, Blake is home. No.
But I do know when you came, I think the first time, that your dad paid your first month's rent.
Yep.
So your dad was hoping this would do good. He's seen Tommy Harris.
Yeah.
Tommy's
kind of in the beginning of his rehabilitation.
Yeah, and he's doing good.
Right.
And so he's hoping that for Blake, and he's willing to support that if he can make that.
Yeah.
So, but just so you all know out there, I'd known Blake all through this early rehab time, and he gave me a run for my money. He drove me crazy at times. I love to do so. Sometimes he was doing when he's doing.
Yeah,
good.
I wasn't always the most easiest person to deal with, whether it be on a communication type or I like to rock the boat.
Yeah,
I liked to.
And then once he starts using, how do you know if Blake's lying? His lips are moving.
Yeah,
and
full of
that's
shit.
the same for all of us.
Yes, full of shit.
So you come to Buddy's house, and then some way or another, you start working, you start associating with people that really are blinded by the real disease of alcoholism or addiction.
Right.
And they think maybe, oh yeah, you never have a problem drinking. Like, go ahead, let's have a beer or something. And it sets the ball rolling. So you did several prison terms to accumulate this 12, 13 years of prison.
Right.
And that was over how many years did that go on?
20.
20 years. And 13 of those were spent behind bars.
20. I would say, close to 20.
Yeah.
About 18 years.
So at that time, everything progressing has just stalled. And when was it, do you think, that you were sitting in there? Or how did it feel when you were sitting in there and this time you said, I'm fucking tired.
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
So you want me to
Let's describe
right.
that.
So it was actually in the state of Nevada when I ended up doing a prison term in Nevada. Nothing.
You wanted to become international. Right?
Yeah, I wanted to check that box for being incarcerated in state prison in 2 states. Well, if you want the full detail of it, I was sitting in the Peppermill bathroom with a piece of tinfoil and some fentanyl, and I had just come off an overdose. I was flatlined for a couple minutes, was resuscitated. Got out of the hospital, and this part's disgusting to me. Got out of the hospital, walked straight to the Connect's house and bought some more fentanyl. And I was in Peppermill bathroom. It was on a Sunday. I was watching the Niners play or football. And
was this after your prison term?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I was sitting in the Peppermill bathroom smoking fentanyl, and I was crying while I'm getting high because I wanted to stop so bad, but my body was so physically dependent on this substance that and this is hard for me to admit because I like to think that as a man, as a competitor, that I can overcome anything. I can be better at the next person than a certain, but I couldn't stop using this drug. And so, yeah, I just broke, man. I absolutely broke.
So
I'm sitting in a bathroom stall smoking fentanyl, bawling my eyes out like a 3-year-old baby in Walmart.
You're bawling. So
Yeah.
This was the first act of depression, of desperation,
Right.
that you felt, that you were now powerless over this
Right.
shit. I can't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Why can't I do it? Yeah.
Because
Am I going to do this? Am I going to go back to prison again?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, prison, and I was having this conversation with my mother the other night, in my early days in prison, it was in a sick, twisted way, man. It was fun, Roger.
I know.
It's fun.
It's when I was in the Army and we were in the barracks, and it's fun. You kid up with each other. You don't have really any responsibility. Except you just mind your manners.
But towards the end of my prison career, I realized that I was thinking differently. I was acting differently. And I just come to realize that I'm not cut out to live like this anymore, dude.
It wasn't fun anymore.
No, it's absolutely miserable. And And, even after the Peppermill bathroom stall incident, I used for like another 3 or 4 days. And then finally, I remember walking down 4th Street, and anybody that knows Reno, 4th Street is the absolute, like, just the trenches. It's absolute, just madness. And I remember just looking at this guy sitting on a corner street, doing a shot of meth. And what's fucked up, man, is I saw a little bit of myself
in him,
my desperation. Like I would commit heinous crimes to support my addiction. And I saw, like, dude, you're on a corner of a street shooting up in front of all downtown.
Yeah.
So it went for like another day, and then I went to Ridge House. It's a rehab called Ridge House in Reno. And I walked in and pretty much told them I'm not leaving till you guys admit me.
Who were you living with, or where were you living at?
I was committing crimes to pay for weekly hotel rooms. So I wasn't living with anybody.
No.
I was pretty much on my own. And then the nights that I didn't have a place to stay, I had a 2008 Chevy Suburban that I took the second and third row out of, and I stole a Tempur-Pedic queen-size mattress from Walmart and put it in the back of that. And there was my motorhome.
Yep.
And that was like, now looking back at it now, like I look back at some of my life choices and lifestyle. It's disgusting, man. Yeah. And I'm not bagging on anybody out there in the muck.
No.
I know how it is, man.
You understand.
I know how it is, dude.
Yeah.
I know how it is. And it was just come to a point in my life where is this what I want for myself? Am I going to be here for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years? And what mark am I going to leave on this world? Am I just going to be a guy that had a cool childhood and had good parents and a good group of friends that was cool and everything was, just white cookie cutter lifestyle? And then I chose to get into substances, and then I just do that the rest of my life, and I don't have any kids or grandchildren, or I don't go to family reunions or Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, because in my addiction, I wasn't welcome there.
What am I going to do? Drive with a needle on my arm all by myself?
No, over my dead body, dude. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that to my mom. I'm not going to do that to my dad. I'm not going to do that to my sister. I'm not going to have my dead relatives looking up on me from heaven, looking down on me, just shaking their head at me, and
being completely separated from God.
Man,
wouldn't that be a bad way to go?
That would.
So you went to this treatment facility, and they detox you? Was there a detox?
Yeah, 30-day detox. I was there for 120 days. And
so we were there for 4 months.
I was there for 4 months. And you have to, they do God beds there, but they're like few and far between there. It's usually like your insurance or cash.
Right.
But I came and I walked into the doors and I sat in the waiting room and I said I needed to talk to whoever was in charge. And I sat there for about an hour, and then finally someone comes and opens the door. And they asked how they could help me. And I started crying and just telling them I need help. I need fucking help, dude. And I'm getting emotional talking about it, honestly. Sorry. But I was willing to, how I would get my drugs and commit my crimes. I'll do anything to get that done.
Mm-hmm. But
now I channeled that to like, you're gonna help me. I'm not leaving this place until you admit me. And
so hopefully, and then they recognize
the desperation,
the gift of desperation.
Yeah,
it's a gift.
Yeah. And I sat there for another 3 hours. I think she went back in her office, made some phone calls, but I think they were trying to see if I would just leave, if I would leave. Yeah. And I sat there for like a total of 5 hours, almost close to 6 hours when it came time to sit there, waited to talk to somebody. She talked to me, went back into her office, closed the door. I sat there for another 3 hours, and then she came out, finally told me that they're going to admit me, did another 2 hours, hour and a half for the admit process. And then finally, when it was all said and done, they gave me a bed in a room with 2 other men, and said, all right. And she laid out the ground rules and the curriculum and what is required, what is expected. And they had meetings. Like, I didn't leave that facility. They had meetings right there on the site.
Right.
You know, like, you didn't get to go to meetings outside. No, like, you're going to stay right here in this facility.
Right.
And there was an exercise like area, and there's a basketball hoop and a ping pong table. Your typical rehab.
How many people were in this rehab?
It was close to 100.
100.
Yeah, it's like 4 stories high.
In detox and.
Well, like, there's phases. So like first, second floor would be like you've already been there. You're done detox, and the third and fourth floor was detox. And people are coming and going. Like, people are tapping out. People are tapping out. Fuck this, I'm gone. And I was like, dude, I'm not. And that was the first time in my life where, like, you didn't have to lock me up and throw away the key. That's how, every time in my recovery and my addiction and my whole prison career, that's how I got clean. My mom would get a call from me from the county jail and get that phone call from booking, and she would be absolutely relieved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
think about that.
Well, my mom also worked at the jail as a nurse, so she could come up to the booking door.
But think about that.
Yeah.
A mother's love.
So happy that I'm in jail.
So deep that she's happy you're in jail.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
I cannot use anymore.
Yeah. She must have lied awake a few times, wondering if you're even alive.
Since I've been, like, my recovery has been, and like I said, I don't have a long time, but I have a decent, substantial amount of time. Mm-hmm. And people in my life that are a good support system have expressed to me, like, dude, I used to wait to get that phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your mom would call me at like 10 o'clock at night, and I would be scared to answer the phone because I'm afraid it's going to be that phone call of you're dead.
Yeah. She's unconsolably in grief.
Yeah. You're dead. And
so when you went to this, you stayed there, 4 months?
4 months.
And then what did you do?
And then I transferred out to a program that's sober living called Step One. It's on North Sierra Boulevard in Reno. Shout out to Harold and Jason. You guys are awesome. So you go there, you work, you do get up, do your chore, you work, you have to go to meetings, and you're allowed to go to meetings outside. But like, we usually go, there's like 10, 12 beds in this house. So we all just walk or take the bus to meetings. Like, you're literally like brothers, you know, like, it was a really close knit atmosphere, you know, like, hey man, I'm late for work, man. Can you do my chore? I got you, bro. Go to work, you know,
similar to a cellie,
right?
A good cellie. You know what I mean?
Well, I like to think of it a little,
better.
Yeah. Better. And you had to have a job. And what you did is you went to work, and every payday you would have to give them a certain amount of money. Yeah. And they would keep that money. And when you successfully complete the program, you get all the money that you've given them back to get your own apartment.
Who's supporting this?
What you mean, like who? It's been around for like 40 years.
Is the government supporting them with money for each
I think
people?
The state. Yeah, the state. Correct. Because you in Nevada, you can't parole homeless. You have to have approved address for them to let you out of prison. I didn't know anybody in Nevada.
Right.
I went to Nevada because I was on the run from state parole in California, and I didn't want to go to jail in California. So I went to Nevada where no cops know me. I could walk down the street, or walk through casinos.
Commit my crimes anonymously.
Yeah. Yep. No one knows me.
Yeah.
All that, but so the requirement to give the facility to save for you was like $240 a check.
Yeah.
I gave him $700 every check. I would give him $700. Yeah. I was doing demolition construction for Nevada Water and Fire.
So How long were you in that place before you
90 days.
And then what did you do? Get an apartment?
I got an apartment, and then I missed my family.
Were you going to any meetings?
I was going to meetings, all that. I had a sponsor. I will say this, I was not actively working the steps. That's why right now, with over a year clean, I'm nowhere where I should be as far as the progress on my steps, but I am currently working the steps.
You have a sponsor.
I have a sponsor. Yeah.
He's good. And that sponsor knows you're his sponsor.
Yes.
And he has successfully himself completed the 12 steps.
100%.
That's good.
100%.
And you're doing AA or NA?
I do AA.
AA.
I do AA, and I have a home group. I have a job where I am constantly around recovering alcoholics and addicts. And I get purpose from it because, like I was just having a conversation with someone a few minutes ago, I feel like I get more by delivering a message to these people where I've been in their state of recovery, early stages, and you kind of feel like this isn't gonna work, dude. This isn't gonna work, In my early stages of recovery, I think I was just going through.
Just a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Going through the motions.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Going through the motions. I don't want to hear anybody bitch and complain about my conduct. So I'll go to meeting. But like, I really do get stuff out of delivering a message. I get things out of going to meetings. And I just stay
more open-minded.
I stay in a routine. And if I break a routine, like, I'm in trouble. So I have to stay to a routine to like stay on the right path.
So right now you're in a sober living facility.
Correct.
You're actually at Buddy's house. He was working for Buddy's Ranch.
Right.
But he's taking a little break from Buddy's Ranch.
Right.
He thinks he's never going to work for Buddy's Ranch, but he doesn't realize that Roger Anderson is an owner of Buddy's house. And once I get my tentacles in you, and I think you can be of service, I'm going to do everything in my power to allow you to do that. But so, and you're a house manager in your house, and
right
thing. So you've got a purpose in the house,
right? And
then you come to work, and it's full of people trying to help people get clean and sober,
right?
Whether it's at Buddy's house or Buddy's Ranch,
right?
So you got a purpose there,
100%. And it's really a different perspective that I've ever been used to. And like he said, Roger and I have a lot of history together, and never in my effing life would I ever think Roger Anderson would put me as a house manager. Never.
If they would have told you that 10 years ago, you would look at them and say,
"You're high, dude."
Yeah, you need to be drug tested.
We need to drug test.
Losing it. You're losing it, dude.
Yeah, just a little brief summary of my, obviously Roger, but for the people watching this, I gave Roger every reason to kick me out, and I want to thank you, Roger. You always rolled the dice on me, never turned me away. Have I gotten told to leave? Yes, but that was because of my actions and the substances that I was on, and it is not allowed in sober living. But yeah, like, shout out to you, Roger, for always putting just a little bit of faith in me to not fuck up, and did I disappoint you and Tommy and my parents and siblings? Yes. I've let a lot of people down in my addiction.
And you take ownership of that, and that's healthy. And what it is, and most important now, is looking forward.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some really good stuff. You've got you're gainfully employed, and you're helping others while you're doing it. Right. You've been clean for quite a period of time. You got a sponsor, you're working the steps. Yeah. And then the other thing is, you met a little lady that's in recovery that you're happy with, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
You're taking it slow.
Yeah.
And
it's healthy. I've learned in my recovery to not And like I said earlier, I was impatient with processes of the grind and just life. And I think now in my recovery, like I do have an astronomical amount of patience than what I used to be. Not saying that it's perfect, but I am patient these days. Do I?
Blake,
Huh.
I want to tell you something.
Go ahead.
You're on the precipice of you becoming what God wanted you to be. You're on the precipice of blowing the minds of the haters and the doubters.
Right.
You know, you're not doing it for that. You're just on the precipice. You're recreating a new life. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You're going to have a huge, strong testimony to people out there that, hey, you fucked up, but you can make it.
You know, I kind of, this is my mind frame on the haters and the doubters. Like I used to have bitter feelings, and yeah, I'm normal. I still kind of do sometimes, but my approach to it is doubt me. Please bet against me.
That's
Please.
like, so I just posted on Facebook. Everybody gives me a hard time for being a Taylor Swift fan, and this is my shirt from there. And Taylor Swift's coming out with a new album, and she has this beautiful, sexy pose. And I just told all the haters, you know, what do you think of me now?
I think I saw that post.
Yeah.
I think I saw that post.
Yeah. So they would call me gay and all that stuff.
Yeah, you said, is this gay now? Am I gay now?
Yeah.
And then somebody commented like,
yes,
something about your wife. No, you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did. I said, well, please don't tell my wife.
Yeah.
Because I've been married 46 years and I've been fooling her all this time. But anyway, so I like to have fun with stuff. Yeah. Blake is a hilarious dude. He can, I think he learned a lot of stuff in prison on how to just let things roll off his back. And he can get at you if you do something stupid, and he'll let you know it. But
I like peace in my life now, though, man. Like I was so used to chaos and madness and mayhem and controversy. And yeah, you're right. I can get riled up a little bit sometimes, but but
he can joke with you. He can do it in good nature.
Yeah. But it's definitely a breath of fresh air. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to, and I am my own worst critic, I think, as much as that may be hard to wrap your brain around, is
you are.
I am my own worst critic, and I have trouble with giving myself credit. But I think that in my life today, like I've never been in the headspace that I am right now. I've never had the approach that I approach my life with right now. And in my mind, I have the determination, the will, and the mindset to accomplish the things that I am going to set out to accomplish. And whether where patience comes in is anything worth having, and where anything worth earning, and anything worth striving for, is going to take time.
Yeah, it's work.
It's going to take time. Yeah, work.
There
is no shortcuts,
right,
to achieving or life hacks or so on and so on. It's just it's absolutely 100% cold hard, just hard work, integrity, honesty, dependability, willingness, just all the words that you can implement in hard work.
We're getting close to the end,
right?
And every day you keep doing what you're doing. Your mom goes to bed thanking God you're out.
Yeah.
Instead of in.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
I owe that to her, dude. I owe that to myself.
And every day you keep doing what you're doing now, your dad's watching and secretly rooting for you. Your dad has a different approach
Yeah.
to tell you how to do it,
Yeah.
but he's rooting for you. He loves you. I had a conversation right close to you getting out. It was a pretty good conversation. And I know he loves you, dude.
Yeah, he does.
So,
But that's something that I strive for, man, is to, I don't like to think about this, but when my parents are laid to rest, I want them to have in their mind that, my son took him a minute, but he got it right and he's going to be okay.
that's what happened to me. Both of my parents are gone and they both left this earth knowing that Roger's okay.
That's awesome.
How could I want if I don't get anything else from my recovery journey, and I've gotten lots, I can't complain. If I didn't get anything else but that's the greatest gift I ever received.
Right.
And Blake, I love you. I'm glad you came and talked with us.
No, thank you for having me. It was a new experience that I'm adding, and you know what? Anytime you guys need me to come back, I'd love to come back. I appreciate you having me.
Okay. Thanks, Blake.
Thank you.
Hey, if you like what you've seen today, subscribe and hit that little like bell so we can get out to more people like you that may need help. Thanks for watching.